4.2, graph quadratic functions. In vertex or intercept form.
Just spelled quadratic, Q-A-U.
That's right.
No, it's U there.
Not A-U.
And I spelled it.
No, it's
Australian?
Graph the function, label the vertex and axis of symmetry. So number 6, we've got y equals 3 times x minus 7 squared minus 1. So vertex form is y equals a times x minus h squared plus k, and the vertex is hk. So, based on that, the h value or the x value of your vertex is always the opposite of whatever the sign is. The k value or your y value of your vertex is always that with whatever the sign is. So that would mean my vertex here is 7, -1. So then my axis of symmetry, instead of having to do the minus b over 2a thing, is just at x equals 7. Now, which way does this graph open? Up.
Because the 3's positive.
So, axis of symmetry is at x equals 7. Vertex is at 7, -1. So then I would just choose a number that's 1 away on either side. Probably in the positive direction is easier. Like, don't go choose 0 because you're going to have some really, really big number if you do that. So just choose something that's like 1 away. So I would probably use 8 because then I end up with something that's easy to deal with here. So if I use 8, I have 3 times 8 minus 7 squared minus 1. Well, obviously that's just 1 squared, so that's just 1. 3 times 1 is 3, minus 1 is 2. So at 8, 2, I have a point, and that means then at 6, 2, I also have a point, and then just graph it.
Oh, it's easy.
Johnny, you say that now.
I did say it now.
And then, well, I saw maybe take with segment groups.
8, y equals 2 times x plus 1 squared minus 3. So what would my vertex be of this one?
1,
-3.
-1, -3. Opposite sign inside, same sign outside.
Oh, yeah.
So axis of symmetry, x equals -1. Which way does this one open? Yep. All right, so I've got axis of symmetry at -1. Put that on the graph. Vertex at -1, -3. Now in this case, I mean, I can go back to using 0. Like I said, I would stick to something that's 1 away on either side. But if I use 0, then I just have 2 times 1 squared minus 3. So then that ends up just being -1. So at 0, -1. And then that also means at -2, -1. I have a point there.
Whose notification?
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
I think it's mine. Yeah.
Your phone should be completely charged.
Holy police scoop.
I hate you.
Alright, comes with the name.
Also,
All right, so those ones were in Vertex form. I think that's probably the easiest form. It's probably my favorite one to use because, like I said, it's relatively easy. The next ones are going to be in intercept form. So, not that these are bad, but these ones basically just allow you to find the x-intercepts of the graph, so where it's crossing the axis here is what you're finding. So these ones want us to find the vertex, the axis of symmetry, and the x-intercepts. So these ones are just a little bit more time-consuming, I would say. So 14, we have y equals x plus 1 times x minus 3. So intercept form is y equals a times x minus p times x minus q. The vertex is at p plus q over 2. So that means using the opposite signs of those. And the x-intercepts are at p and q. So whatever their numbers are.
Vertex 1,
Yeah, this way looks stupid.
-1.
So basically opposite signs on the intercepts. So
Vertex is 1.
vertex
Sophia just told me so. I didn't.
is -1 plus 3 over 2. So that's 2 over 2, so that's 1. But that's only the x coordinate. So then we have to find the y. So I could technically go ahead and do my axis of symmetry now at x equals 1. But to find the y coordinate, I need to plug this in. So y equals 1 plus 1 times 1 minus 3. So I've got 2 times -2. 2 times -2 is -4. So my vertex is at 1 -4, yep. Now, the x-intercepts then, or the intercepts of my graph, are just at the opposite sign of these. So at -1 and at 3. So you may end up liking this method better because in the end I don't have to do any math. All of these points are my 3 points that get plugged into my graph. I have my vertex and then I have the 2 places where they cross the axis and I have my 3 points, so there's no other math outside of that. So some people end up liking this method, but I think it's a lot more time consuming. I don't know. It's just me. All right, now this one still opens up because it's positive. All right, so axis of symmetry is at x equals 1. Vertex is at 1 -4. And then at -1 on the x and at +3 on the x, I have intercepts. So those are my other points. Whoa, I missed. And then you just make your parabola with that. It's not until you end up with fractions that you're plugging in. Then it's kind of miserable.
Yeah.
16. Y equals 2 times x minus 5 times x minus 1. I'm going to do the intercepts first this time. What are my intercepts?
5 and 1.
Yep, 5 and 1. And then for my vertex, I'm going to set this up. I've got 5 plus 1 over 2. So 6 over 2, just 3.
And then you plug in the 3s.
Yep. So then I've got y equals 2 times 3 minus 5 times 3 minus 1. I've got 2 times negative 2 times 2.
Oh my gosh.
So
Olitos.
negative 8. This is driving me insane.
3, negative 8.
No, I don't.
I'm sorry.
And then my axis of symmetry, x equals 3. Which way does this one open?
Up.
Up, so
I like playing guessing game.
now because of this being down to negative 8, I'm obviously making it way more, like way larger on the bottom.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. All right, so at x equals 3, I have my axis of symmetry. Vertex at 3, negative 8. Intercepts at 1 and 5. And then just connect it. How do we feel about these? Not too bad.
Fractions show up.
Fractions.
And we're crying.
Well, I mean, fortunately, they're all just going to be something over 2, obviously, because, well, the initial fractions, because it's over 2, you just might have to plug it in. It might be easier to, like, obviously change them to a decimal to plug in to find your y value at least. But, anyways. All right, the last stuff in this section, is
24.
to write the quadratic function in standard form. So basically, they're giving it to us in either intercept form or vertex form, and they want it written in standard form. So essentially, we're just like foiling. So 24, we've got y equals x plus 4 times x plus 3. So then we just FOIL first terms. So we've got x squared, outside terms plus 3x, inside terms plus 4x, last terms plus 12. Now, I'm going to tell you that when these are things that just are an x here like this, it's just like x plus 4, x plus 3, not like 3x plus 4 or something like that. I a lot of times will go straight to x squared plus 7x plus 12. If you can skip having to write this, that's fine. I'm just writing it out for y'all to see it, but I normally don't do that. So y equals x squared plus 7x plus 12, and that's your answer in standard form. So if you really got stuck and you forgot how to find the vertex or whatever of your graph, you could convert it to standard form and then use that method. That would just take you a lot longer, but it is an option. 26. H of x is equal to 4 times x plus 1 times x minus 6. When I have a problem like this, I will usually FOIL first, and then I'll multiply everything by 4. Just make sure you don't forget that. You can do it in any order because multiplying, but I usually do 4, and then I bracket it off. So I have x squared. Then I have minus 6x plus x, so that's minus 5x. And then 1 and 6, or 1 and negative 6 is negative 6. And then you just need to multiply by the 4. So we've got 4x squared minus 20x minus 24.
They're inflated.
I have a ginormous birthday cake at my house. Like, it's like a huge one. And it's still super inflated too.
Like,
The ham is
The
like.
ham is the only.
show me that balloon and I
It's
think I
stuffed.
got it today.
I know, I was like, bring it.
Get both of you.
Cranberry
Jump
jam.
off.
No, I'm
Get
so-
them off the cliff.
Yes!
You're like, why didn't you eat it? Bring it over here.
Yeah,
Nicholas, do you
no.
like stuffing?
These biggies, bro.
Huh? Stuffing?
All right, 30. Last one. G of x is equal to negative parentheses x plus 6 squared plus 10. So, if you remember from Algebra 1, this is a special type here. It's a perfect square trinomial. When you have that, like x plus a squared, it ends up being x squared plus 2ax plus a squared. It factors into that. If you don't remember that, then you can rewrite this as negative x plus 6 times x plus 6 and then the plus 10 and FOIL it instead if you don't remember the special type. If you do, you can just use this. If you don't, pretty soon you're going to have to remember it because we're going to be factoring pretty soon.
I don't want to.
So, negative, I've got x squared plus 6x, so plus 12x plus 36, and then plus 10. I'm going to multiply this negative through everything, so I've got negative x squared minus 12x minus 36, and then plus 10. So my final answer, g of x, is equal to negative x squared minus 12x minus 26.
Yippee.
Yahoo.
Yeah.
Yahoo weather. I hate Yahoo weather.
Questions?
Questions, comments, or concerns?
All right, problems 3, 5, 13, 21, 25, 27, and 31.